How you doing? Do you know what time it is? It's Sunday and it's 11:11-ish, so it's time for your Sunday service, soul food, and spiritual tea session with Lady Speech. That's right. My name is Lady Speech, your favorite hood healer, your favorite hood high priest, your favorite Reverend Healer, your favorite auntie uncle, your favorite pirate captain, your favorite goddess king in the place to be. And it's time to deliver the spiritual tea. So I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world. And you're also choosing to share a little time and space with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you to that. My sugar honey dumpling crew is checking in. Hello, everybody. AVG is in the house. Soulfully Secret is in the house. Elizabeth M is in the house. Ginger is in the house. Hello, you good people. Hello, you lovely people. Hello, you amazing people. Fire is in the house. Anya Taylor is here. Nico is in the house. Hey, baby. Dane's in the house. Priestess, Shakti, Therapist. Hello. Ashanti Lee. Hello. Iddy. Hello. Catherine Givens. Hello. All y'all are in the house. Hello and good morning to you all. Okay. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to Elizabeth H. Okay. Do you see it? Y'all see it. Y'all see I got some new divination gear, okay? You see these stars, these moons, these all of this cosmicness. Yes, it's a new snuggie blanket hoodie. You already know how I love these things. One of you got this off of my Amazon wish list, which is on my link tree. Hello. The note says, because you've been a warm hug to me on days when I've needed it most, I wanted to return the favor. I'll be booking a reading with you soon, and I can't wait to virtually meet you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I appreciate you. This is drugs for me. These blanket hoodies. I officially own 4. Okay, don't be surprised when I show up to y'all's divinations in this hoodie. It does not mean I haven't showered. It does not mean I am not all fresh and clean. I am nicely oiled and moisturized under this here thing, but I lives in these in my house. Do you understand me? Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So good morning to all you good people. You already know what to do. The OGs are assuming the position. They are showing me what I like to see. I am seeing these butterflies. I'm seeing these purple hearts. I'm seeing these blue hearts, and it makes me happy. That's what you're supposed to do. If you are an OG here, you're not new to this, you're true to this, you're going to show me that in the comments if you feel like it. Because there's a lot of you lurkers that I actually really appreciate. Y'all just be in the background liking it, sharing it, loving, clapping in your house. You don't be saying nothing. You don't be typing nothing. But you've been here. I love y'all. Y'all just be in the back like, I see you. And I love it. I love it with your introverted, cute self. Thank you for being here. But the rest of you know what I like to see. So if you've seen more than 3 lives, if you've been following me since my old Instagram days, if you were following this when it was on Facebook, if you've been here for a while, you're not new to this, you're true to this, you follow me on several different platforms, that's what you're doing. You have your instructions. But if you're a new G here, a new G, not an OG, you're new to this, not true to this, you just randomly got dropped off in this live, you don't know what the hell is going on. You done found this randomly on the interwebs. Welcome, my dear, welcome. It's about to get weird and spiritual and a little bossy and affirmative and all types of goodness. You have instructions too. You're going to put a yellow or a green heart in the comments. Hello, goodbye, or a caterpillar, baby, because you're new here. You're new here. your new hair. So the OGs already know what's up. Go grab your hydration stations. Go grab your comfort items, your notebooks, whatever it is that you need to grab. One of you put in the comments that you have a notebook. You've been watching this for about a year, and you have a notebook full, and you're gonna and like you just like use it like bibliomancy on days you need some encouragement. You just go through your notes, and then whatever comes out at you. I was like, now that's dope. I'm so glad that I could provide this medicine. And y'all do cool things with it. I never even thought about that. That's freaking awesome. I'm going to start keeping a journal of my own personal readings when I give them to myself, when I have them from my healers. I'm going to start doing that. That's an excellent idea. Okay. So go grab your notebooks. Go grab your comfort items, because this is the speaking space. Oh, yes, it is. This is the spiritual speaking spank. Go grab your soft items. Go grab your, earbuds. Put me in your earphones. Put me in your ears. You know what I'm saying? Blast me on the television. Do what you got to do. Okay, go get settled in this piece while I break down this process that's about to happen for the new people. Okay, good morning to all you lovely people. I love you all. Antidote Archive in the building said I'm not going to be able to moderate today, family, but I will be listening to the Captain Crew. Love y'all. Lurkers need love too. Exactly. Thank you for your service, Antidote Archive. I appreciate you. Do what you gotta do for you. Let me break it down how this is going to be. This is a divination, a bit of spiritual counsel to get you through the week, because the week be weeking, life be lifing in this piece. So I'm here for you. I'm here to offer a little spiritual guidance. Offer a little spiritual guidance. I also want to say shout out to my lighting. I like it and hate it. Certain angles, I look like my lips are ashy. I think I've already oiled my lips like 2 times already because I thought they were ashy, and it's the lighting. I was like, oh no, I'm committing a African American offense. You can't be out here ashy, okay? I got my lotion right here. Even though I've been ashy on several of these live streams, I have been in violation, and I appreciate y'all. Because my fellow melanated people, you have the right to call me out. You have the right to be like, why you ashy, man? And you didn't. You just paid attention to the word. But I was in violation, okay, of an African American law. You can't. It's actually a universal black law. Don't be out here ashy. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I'm moisturized. So this is how this goes. This is divination, some spiritual counsel. I use some cards for this. Do I need these cards? No. I'm a whole medium, a whole psychic. I got 25 years worth of divination up under my belt. I don't need it, but I like it because I like toys. I'm a maximalist. So we're using the Muse Tarot today, okay? Wait, is it the Muse? No, excuse me. The Light Seers Tarot today. I always want to call this Muse Tarot. It's the Light Seers Tarot. Hello. We are going to be using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck today. We are going to be using the African Goddess Rising deck today. We are going to be using the message from the... Wait, what is this one? The Message from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle deck. I say a different name for this deck every single time. I had to look at the book. It is Message from Your Animal Spirit Guides deck. So these are the decks that we're going to be using today at the Speak and Spank. I want to remind you that I'm never by myself, okay? Even when it looks like I'm all the way alone, I'm not by myself. I always walk with at least 10,000 strong, 20,000 these days. You know, the Loa, the Odisha, my own ancestry and lineage, the spirits that walk with me, my own personal animal spirit guides. But when I do these readings, I bring my rock friends. So let me introduce you to that. This is, what is it, the lepidolite? The lepidolite. Lepidolite. I think that's it. Anyway, it's the purple one with the L name. I love this stone. It's a very calming stone. I love it so much. It's just so substantial. I want to eat it. It's like sherbet, darling. All right, and next up we've got my rose quartz lady, my rose quartz lady, my rose quartz darling. Rose quartz and lepidolite in the building. I think I might be saying that wrong, but I'm close. I'm close. If I'm not right about the L1, I'm close. And someone will put the right one in there. Okay. Last but not least, I'm the main character. I'm always the main character in anything I do. And I also don't mind sharing the spotlight with other main characters because that doesn't take care of my main character. It doesn't take away from my main characterness. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. There's enough love for all of us. We can be stars in the sky together. Do you hear me? Hence why I share the stage with this other main character right here. All right. The deacon, assistant, deacon, assistant, deacon, affirmation box. Lovely children, sugar honey dumplings. Remind the new ones about what my pronouns are. Quickly now, what is auntie, uncle's pronouns? Okay, what is father, mother's pronouns? Okay, what are my pronouns, darling? They are all of them. She, her, they, them, he, king. What are the deacon's pronouns, darling? Quickly now, quickly. That's right, fuck around and find out. That is the deacon's pronouns. This is a box of affirmation, a box of sayings, a box of quotes, a box of things, delights, if you will. And we're going to say things as dictated by this box. We're going to do a thing called call and response. I'm going to call it, you're going to respond to it, okay? I'm going to say it, and then you're going to repeat it, okay? You're going to say it with your whole chest, whether you say it out loud or you say it inside of you. Let me inside of you, darling. Let me rattle around that brain and say good things. I'm going to pull at random from this box of delights, this box of affirmations, this box of good things, and you are going to repeat it. Now, I want to say this. We are in a cult run by this box, not even me. You think I would have started the cult? I did not. We have been bullied into this cult. Did we ask to be here? No. Are we leaving? No. What do we benefit from this cult? We get affirmations and we feel better about ourselves, but we kind of get beat up into that. The new people, you'll get to understanding it. You'll get to understanding it. You will already notice that some people have already said in the comments, it's okay to cry. That's our motto. I'm going to have us a coat of arms made, and it's just going to be someone tears. looking off into the sky, just tears, it's okay to cry. And the tears spell out, it's okay to cry. The deacon reads the reading, okay, and tells us affirmative things based off the reading. This is the speak and spank, and the deacon has their own ways of spanking. I have mine, they have theirs, and we work together to bring you an awesome good time. Yes, we will. Okay, all right, thank you, the Discord chat. I'm going to put some ideas for that in for the dates and all that in the chat this week. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for stay on me now. You gotta stay on me now. I have a lot of things going on. Sometimes I forget, okay? Well, also neuro, spiciness, object permanence. You gotta stay on me sometimes. Hello, good people. It's good to see you all. It's good to see everybody. Okay. It's good to, you guys are just, good morning, Miss Jackson. Good morning, Catherine Mir. All of you, sharp knives, save lives. Yes, holding it down. Catherine said, I reread my Sunday notes every morning with my coffee, and it reminds me of why I'm working so hard every day and what my goals are for how I want to be in the world. Go ahead, Catherine. I appreciate you and your support. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Trisha said, where did you get that hoodie from? Yes, this blanket hoodie. Yeah, Elizabeth H. got it for me from my Amazon wish list. Hello. Hello, goodbye. It's on Amazon. I love this thing so much. I'm a model. All right. Let's get this party started. Let me go ahead and pass the collection plate because we be having a good time over here. But this is labor. I make it look fun because life it should be fun. Okay, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I don't be giving you a spoonful of sugar. So a bit of honey. I like honey, natural. Okay, I'd rather give you bee vomit than man-made things. It's from the earth. Just a spoonful of bee vomit, honey, helps the sting go down. I'm here for you. But we're here. The Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. And the PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this labor. And just like that, sharp kitten saves lives. Sharp knife saves lives. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you so deeply and so much. I love you. What up, Jay Bird? Good to see you, baby. Emperor B, hello. Emperor B, hello. It's giving Madonna on the rocks. I don't even know what that reference is, but like, I know who Madonna is, and I feel like On the Rocks is drinking. I'm not even like drinking. I'm just high on life. Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot this thing has ears. I didn't realize that. Oh, yes, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. You have no idea how I'm going to be amusing myself with this thing later on. Not even in a sexual way. Alrighty then, let's get this party started. We are going to begin. I've given you enough time to get settled and get ready. You've got your comfort items. You've got your notebooks. You've got your soft things. We're going to do all of that. I have a feeling we're coming in hot, you know. Not I have a feeling. I've read the cards already, so I know for a fact we're coming in hot. We're going to do some affirmations, okay? You know what that means. When we do affirmations first, you know what that means. Okie dokie. This affirmation says, don't be afraid to put your mental health first, okay? So let's create an I. Let's bring this into to us, to present, to the now, into us. Let's say, I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. Repeat after me. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. Jen said, does it have pockets? Yes, it does, baby. Yes, it does. Has that front pocket. Has that front pocket. You can put a cat in here. You could put a cat in here. If I had a cat, I would train the cat to get in here. I'd be like, you better get in, Lawrence Fishburne, James Brown. That's the name of my imaginary cat when I get it. It's not going to be imaginary when I get it. Okay, but it's imaginary right now. Get in here, James Brown, Lawrence Fishburne. Come on. Come on. And I would just carry my cat around. It's lovely. Repeat after me. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. I am not afraid to prioritize my mental health. Let's get it in. This affirmation says, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Ms. Jackson, I see what you said there. I'm not going to say it. But I see what you did there. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I swear to God, these readings, these divinations are shenanigans, okay? We are playful spirits, if that. If nothing else. Y'all are wild. But I'm wild. So, Of course we're doing this. Of course this is all who y'all are. Okay, have you grabbed your water? Have you grabbed your wine? Have you grabbed whatever it is you're drinking? I'm not even judging. You know, as your spiritual dominatrix, we as doms have always been in fights with our folks about drinking water. Okay, y'all like to drink coffee and juice. We be like, drink your water. But during these spiritual tea speak and spank sessions, I ain't gonna fight you. Drink whatever you want, okay? I just want you drinking. I want you hydrating, because sometimes these things take the umph out of you. You might get to crying. You need to release and replenish. You know what I'm saying? All right. Here we go. We're gonna begin with the Light Seers Tarot. And we start with the Lovers. What a card to begin with. For some of you, this is about lovers. And the fact that your love life is about to get real beautiful and real interesting. For some of you, this is about friends. For some of you, this is about business partners. But for all of us, this is about relationships. And how important they're going to be, how important they've always been. No matter if the focus is lovers, if it is bosses, if it is coworkers, if it is friends, if it is family, relationships are going to be very important in your life. They always are. This is a time in your life where you need to make sure that the connections that you covet are cultivated, that you are pouring into them, that you're showing up, that you're authentic and you're vulnerable. And you need to leave quickly the relationships that are completely and totally transactional, that are void of depth and feeling, where you cannot show up in safety for one another and be vulnerable. Because I'm not just talking about the collection of relationships. I'm talking about being present in your relationships. I'm talking about being upfront. I'm talking about being honest about where we're at with our mental health, being responsible for our own mental health, and being upfront about how we can show up for one another, how other people can show up for us. Being authentic about what we need, about who we are, having an authentic relationship with ourselves first and foremost. Everybody says you gotta love yourself in order to love somebody else. I want to talk about something deeper. Where is your relationship at with yourself? Do you have one? Before loving yourself, I want to know what the relationship with yourself is like. And some of you do not have one. Or you haven't engaged in it in a very long time. Showing up authentically, showing up with vulnerability, showing up in your greatness and in your madness, being able to show up, becoming safe spaces for one another. This is absolutely needed and it is possible. Do not let social media, do not let media tell you it's not possible. Is it hard? Yes. It is. Impossible, no. Impossible, no. Impossible, no. Impossible, no. Impossible, no. We're going to get into the second card, and then I'm going to go back and forth between them. Because this second card is the why. We have the Nine of Swords reversed. Now, this is upright. This is in the light. This is in the shadow. This is fear, insecurity, talking down to ourselves. This is what I was talking about with what is your relationship with yourself. You let fear, some of you are letting fear rule your relationship with yourself. So fear rules your outside relationships too. That's why so many of your relationships suck. It ain't because you suck. It ain't because you suck. It's because you let fear rule you, and that sucks. What is your relationship like with yourself? Are you someone who cannot be held accountable? Well, that is going to put a damper on relationships too. If you're not holding yourself accountable for your BS behavior, and I do not mean beating yourself up, abusing yourself, that's not self-accountability. That's not self-accountability. Cussing yourself out for your mistakes isn't self-accountability. Calling yourself stupid for the mistakes you make isn't self-accountability. But I am talking about doing the shadow work and coming into where you have been problematic, where you have stood as the villain to yourself and in other people's stories, and you were rightful, you were 100% the villain. The why of how some of y'all can't show up authentically and like vulnerable in relationship has everything to do with this right here, the Nine of Swords reversed. You talk nasty to yourself. This is why we utilize the affirmation box. This society teaches us, this is a very basic spell that I've been doing on kids, on my audience for years, very simple, being very transparent with it. Say the affirmation and say it with your chest. Yeah. Use the words, use these words to speak nice to yourself, because we spend entirely too much time speaking down to ourselves. Yeah, self-accountability, not self-deprecation. Because some of y'all do that. That's two different things. I ain't talking about beating yourself up. Nah, I'm good. I'm not into that. As a dom, I'm not into that. Because I can do that for you, and we can do that in negotiated ways in the pursuit of pleasure. I'm not into you beating yourself up to put yourself down, to bury your self-esteem, to like disempower yourself. That ain't what we do over here. Letting fears rule us, negative self-talk, negative self-perspective. It's time to really dig up under that and heal that. Okay? It's time to really, really, really address that. Because you deserve more. Your people deserve more. You gonna have the opportunity to really, or you have for some of you, you have the opportunity right now. You're staring at a relationship that is benefiting you and could benefit you even more if you would trust and quit acting from a fear-based perspective. You about to let these old relationships that traumatize you in the present by keeping you away from good people who want to pour into you and offer you balance. Again, some of you, this is very literally talking about a love life that is getting ready to bloom for you. For some of you, this is business partnerships. The Lover's card is not always about the actual lovers. For some of you, this is balance between family members. You need to do your healing work around what these other relationships have done. You need to do the healing work around how you have been problematic to yourself, because good things are coming to reach you. And here, the thing is, we're moving into spaces in time where isolation is not good for any of us. What I know from coming from several marginalized communities, from Black, African, displaced, queer, occult practicing, what I know from several marginalized communities is that community is key. From covens to Black culture to queer culture, community is key. This is how marginalized communities can begin to thrive and heal and move forward past trauma and pain. Community is key. Community is key. What's the relationship with yourself? Examine that. Examine that and open on up to these good relationships that are coming. And the fact that for some of you, some of them are here, but you about ready to forfeit them. They about ready to exit. There's been a shift in the room. And for some of you, you are on the other side of that. For some of you, someone has shown their true self and you're like, oh, wait a minute. This is not reciprocity. This is not, I don't accept this. And some of you are on the other side of that. Some of you are the ones who are like, actually, I'm good. I've been giving good love to this person. I've been giving goodness to this person. I've been showing up. I've been self-accountable. And they do not treat me with respect. They do not treat me with balance. And I'm no longer going to show up like that for them. Because you're discovering that there are people out there that will, that can, that are willing to do the work. And that's really all you're looking for, is somebody that's willing to do the work. Because as it turns out, everybody's going to hurt you. As it turns out, everybody's going to disappoint you in some way, shape, or form. Humans and relationships ain't perfect. You got to find the relationships that are going to do the work with you. Those are the ones who are worth it. The ones who are going to stick it out in the mud, who are going to be accountable, who are going to apologize, who are going to grow it within themselves, for themselves, and within a relationship with you. But then how's your relationship with self? Quit talking down to yourself. Quit talking mess to yourself. Quit. Stop. Are you a friend to yourself? I'm about to put up a post about that. I really can't get with people who ain't. You're not gonna be my friend if you're not a friend to yourself. Because when you start treating yourself like crap, first and foremost, I'm gonna have beef with you as your friend for you treating my friend like crap, which is you. But also, if you treat yourself like crap, it ain't gonna be no time until you intentionally treat me like crap. I'm good. Talk nice to yourself. Talk nice to yourself. Talk nice to yourself. And you can be firm, you can be stern, because there are those times when we are truly problematic. Self-accountability is honesty. But you ain't got to become your own abuser. We're good on that. 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 I don't know what's going on with Priestess Shakti, but you're being congratulated, and that's amazing. Let me see. Oh, you're getting some therapy. Hell yes. Do that. Get your healing on. Get your healing on. Itty said, fear facing has been one of the hardest things for me. I've accumulated fears of almost everything. I really need to try to implement a graded exposure plan, but I don't know which fear to even face first. You know what, baby? Ask yourself, and whatever first mind answer comes to you, just go with that. Get in a meditative space and ask your spirit, ask your body, ask your mind, which fear should we tackle first? And literally whatever one presents itself, that's the one we go with. That's the one we go with, baby. That's the one we go with. Hell yes, Priestess Shakti. Do your damn thing. You out here pursuing your healing, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about. Good morning, Carlos. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Deja said, what about solitude? Solitude is good. Solitude is really good. Solitude is really good. Solitude is a space where lots of things can happen. And there's different types of solitude. There's contemplative solitude. There's restorative solitude, where you're really pouring into yourself. You're using that solitude to really pour into yourself. There is meditative solitude, where you're really connecting and it's more of a listening. And you're really connecting with spirit. Solitude is good. Solitude is okay. And also, some of you have to consider in relationships that, like, you know, in order for your relationships to thrive, we do all need that time. So solitude is fine. Solitude is fine. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Alrighty then, let's do some affirmations from the affirmation box. Some affirmations from the affirmation box. Let's do some affirmations. Let's let some affirmations speak to us. Okie dokie. Repeat after me. There is no shame in being queer. 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 All right, let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, healing is hard, staying wounded is harder. 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 Healing is hard. Staying wounded is harder. Healing is hard. Staying wounded is harder. All right, my dears, I want to remind you that you can book a personal divination with me at LadySpeech.com. It's been a pleasure being back and meeting a lot of you guys one-on-one in those spaces. Right now, I only have availability on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but as we move forward, like the hours will tweak and shift and grow and change, so there will be opportunities for folks to have readings. Also, LadySpeech.com is where you can keep up with all of my latest events and happenings, and when I release my mentorship programs, which will be in the next couple months, you will be able to sign up via there as well. So yes, my loves. Also, Cash App Lady Speech, Venmo Lady Speech Sankofa, PayPal Lady Speech Sankofa at gmail.com. Alrighty then, my loves, my loves, my loves. Yeah, AVG said, I feel like this affirmation is second to It's Okay to Cry. When we get it, it gets real serious. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. Oh, Jay Bird, thank you so much. Speaking from experience, if you have the cash to go get one of these readings, it was one of the last missing ingredients to my spiritual grow up. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. I know you about to kill it. I know I'm not gonna get into your reading with everybody because it's private, but all I say is you about to kill it. I know you are in all the best ways. Yeah, you about to woo. Mm-hmm. All right, my love. So we're going to get into the Angels and Ancestors deck, and we have the High Priest, intend and create. High Priest, second in command to the High Priestess. And we have to remember that indigenous hierarchy, the hierarchy of the earth is more about order than it doesn't speak to character, it doesn't speak to worth. It isn't weighed the way patriarchy and capitalism weighs it out. And yeah, so High Priest, second in command usually. The High Priest is the embodiment of the divine masculine standing behind the High Priestess, the embodiment and the bridge between heaven and earth, bringing active energy, intending energy. High Priest energy is pointed, intending, leading, sure. It is time for you to intend and create. A lot of y'all, I meet people who are like, I haven't heard my calling. Like you sitting here and you think it's gonna come knocking you about the head one day. You have to live your life in order for your calling to find you. Finding your purpose, path, and calling has so much more to do with what you intend than what you are mindlessly being told and what you were designed to do. Yes. They're all things written in your DNA and on your spirit. Yes, there's some of us who come in here with intense contracts, but you have no idea how flexible the spirit is about getting that contract done. Oftentimes, there's a mission and a path and a purpose, but there are 18 different paths in which you can get that same mission done. So much of it has everything to do with what you want to do, how you want to get it done, adapting to how your mental works. What do you intend? Then make it. High Priest masculine energy also has less to do with what society of this time, is capitalistic, colonized society, has framed masculine and feminine. More to do with receiving and action, more to do with those types of things in the spirit world, less to do with gender and the way this space defines it. Action. Be about your work. We talked about this before. Yes, do your spell work behind all the things that you want to get done, but you also better be making sure you're doing the practical footwork too. Let's use a spiritual business, for example. If you're out here running a spiritual business, be about your business. Do your spell work and your prayers, and do as the ancestors and the spirits say and suggest and advise, but also pay your taxes. If you're not good at marketing, employ someone else to do so. If you're not great with the practical spaces of running a business, it's okay to learn. Take some classes. Intend and then create. This is about making it happen, Captain. This is about being the author of your story. This is about putting the magic together with the practical action and being the master of your destiny. Being the bridge between your spirits and your practical world. Bringing them together and acting as the embodiment of both. You are the supporting cast member in your life. You are also the main character in your life. That main character sometimes is shared with your spiritual team as they help push you and pull you and direct you forward on your path. What do you intend? What do you want? We are in a very fertile space. What do you want to see from yourself? Who do you see yourself as? What do you desire? How do you want to show up in this world? This is also a sign of power. It's a reminder of your power. You yourself are the most important ingredient in the magic. Yes, the spells, the herbs, the symbols, the sigils, the tools, the incantations, the vibrations, all of that is important. The flame, the candle, the fire, the wind, the incense, all of that is very important in the working. But you, the container, the one that brings it all together, the most important power there is besides the spirits. It's time for you to step in. It's time for you to step up. We have the Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. This ain't an invitation to be a doormat. Stand in your truth. You ain't got to attend every battle you are invited to. You ain't got to attend every argument you are invited to. There are some people who are just going to distract you. They're meant to throw you off your game. They're not here to learn anything. They're rage baiting you. They're here to just make you spend time off your path and purpose. Sometimes you just gotta let people be wrong about you and keep the peace. Sometimes you just gotta stand in the truth, let people be wrong and know that your truth will set you free. You'll be vindicated. Let go of your need to be right. Now, this is about proving a point. You ain't got to argue somebody down to the bone. If they are hell-bent on misunderstanding you, if they are hell-bent on not seeing the point, if they are hell-bent on not learning, if they are hell-bent on not having a good debate and conversation, let it go, honey. Let it go. You ain't got to keep trying to prove a point, honey. From being a public person and from creating a lot of content that resonates with people, and then content that really does sting and educate and gets to the root of a lot of people's stuff, I create content that creates a very extreme reaction. People love it, or they are extremely triggered by it and they hate it. And they, that inspires, it inspires reactions. And I had to get used to not feeding. And I wasn't one to get riled up easily, but every once in a while they would get me. And I just Spirit had to be like, one day I spent time and I crafted this video and it was a brilliant response. But I really was like, I took 3 hours out of my day to process that, to think about that, when I could have been making money, when I could have been pouring into myself, when I could have been, and this person isn't going to change. They really just were there to distract. I'm good. Y'all don't get my time. You don't get, my peace is expensive. My peace of mind, my peace of the pie, all of it is expensive. And I'm not wasting it on you. I know my truth. I know what I came here to do. I know what I'm saying. Some people out here want to pretend to be willfully ignorant. There are definitely some people who, like the other day, I made a joke, and it was funny, and everybody got it. In the joke, I utilize the behavior of someone, and I never once shamed this person. I never once shamed this person. But this woman came along, and she was like, maybe you should use your platform for block and delete, honey. I'm not going to have a debate with you about what I use my platform for. If you're here watching me, then you're very clear about what I use my platform for. It's obvious. I don't need to explain myself to you. And I'm not about to get into the debate. I also know what the hell I did in that video. And I also know I'm someone who I am publicly, I hold myself accountable for my mistakes. So we good here. If you don't like what I'm doing, there are a lot of other people to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and remove you from my space. I'm not arguing you down. I'm not spending money. I'm not spending my time arguing. I'm not doing none of that. Nah. Keep the peace. Stand on business, as the youngins are saying. Yeah. Let go of the need to be right. Okay. And also, this applies the other way. Let people be wrong about you. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. And that took a long time for me to learn. That took a long time for me to let happen for me. My Libra soul. But I'm at the big age where I'm like, oh, no. I'm real good. I'm real good. If you believe that I'm the devil, then go ahead and believe that. That means you're going to keep yourself far away from me. And oftentimes those same people who say they believe the worst of me find themselves, because I don't go seeking them out. I don't need them. I don't go for you. I'm never the one calling you over. It never fails. You find yourself gravitating towards me. And then I get to be the one that says, keep standing on your business. Far away from me. Keep it over there, player. Keep it over there. The great thing about this is sometimes people are wrong in front of you, not so you can prove a point, so you can see them for who they are. Sometimes you just need to let someone be who they are in front of you. That gives you valuable information. It shows you that they are not the type of person you need to be close to. And you can walk away and keep your peace. Okay? Let go of your need to be right all the time. Know when you standing on the truth, and know that eventually that's gonna speak. Every single time my name has been drugged through the dirt, my reputation and integrity always speaks for itself. Because I'm never going to shift who I am. All I'm going to do is grow. All I'm going to do is show and prove. All I'm going to do is be me. Here's the thing. I'm too neurospicy to be anything other than that. I have no concerns with putting on airs or being anything other than who I am. I don't have the spoons nor the energy to keep up a facade. Never been. I don't have the literal brain ability to do that. I don't care enough. The way my neurospicy is set up, I don't care to be. I can't keep that. Nope, we're good. Be who you are. Be authentic. Stand on your truth, okay? Neurospicy. That is people who are neurologically different, neurodivergent. I like words. I'm into words. I really like to use spicy instead of divergent because I don't think there's anything divergent about it. But often, folks who are autistic, neurodiverse, Jaybird, I like that more. But yeah, so autistic, ADHD, ADD, all types of things, even schizophrenia, borderline personality, bipolar personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder. There's a lot of things that fall under the neurodiverse system. For me, it's a touch of the ADHDism and the touch of the tism, honey. So I don't really care. When I say I don't really care about being anything other than I am. I don't. I'd be like, it's exhausting faking. OCD. Yep, that falls under it too, honey. Oh, you're part of the family. Did you not know you're part of the family? Welcome, darling. Welcome to the Neuro Spicy family. We all got a different flavor here. Welcome to the Neuro Spicy family. We all got a different flavor here. And your flavor's welcome, darling. Your flavor's welcome here. A little spicy. A little seasoning. Spice of life. Yes. All right, let's do some affirmations. 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 Let's do some. I've been thinking of her lately. This is just a fun one. I used to adore old Hollywood starlets. And I used to really be into, when I found out about Mae West, I was really into her because, like, she was rowdy and was doing everything she wasn't supposed to. And I've always been into femmes and women who are going against what they're supposed to be doing. So Mae West back in the day was a wild white woman. She was wild. That lady was out in these streets like, I don't care. I'll do what I want. They're like, you can't do that. She was like, I do. And what I really appreciate about Mae West is that she wasn't like typically what people considered beautiful. She literally was like, I'm beautiful. I'm the sexiest thing ever. Like, she was shorter than the average starlet. Like, there's a whole bunch of things. She was thicker in a lot of spaces. Like, she just was like, nah, I think I'm cute. And so you do too. And people were like, yeah, we do. People, casting directors, like, you ain't what people are looking for. And she was like, I said I'm fine and people love me. And Mae West was out of control, and I love her. So this is a quote by Mae West that said, you can just listen, you ain't got to repeat it, but this just says, I'm single because I was born that way. I forgot I added this quote to the box because I just love her. But yeah, she's just like, I'm single because I was born that way. Like, this is the type of women I learned to read at 3. So like, I was reading about these people in the library when I was really young. So I got a hold of some really wild characters and like formed my own identity around what an adult should be. And she was definitely part of that. She was like, I do what you want. And I was like, yeah, I can just do what I want. Why do I have to listen to anybody? I shouldn't have been left alone as a neurospicy child in the library. They thought it was a library. It was a harmless place. Please. I wasn't in the kids section. That's for sure. I was not in the kids section. Mae West, I'm single because I was born that way. 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 I love her. We're going to do some affirmations. We're going to do some other ones. Don't worry. Don't worry. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Okay, affirmation box. Deacon, you got something to say? Say it to my face. Well, I guess you are saying it to my face, so whatever, Deacon, anyway. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Today and every day, I give myself the freedom to be myself. Deacon be deaconing. Main character energy. Oh, yeah. Let's do another affirmation. Every once in a while, there is a quote, but every once in a while, it comes from a person who just isn't good, and I know this, so I got to put it away, and that just happened. All right, Mother Audre Lorde is back again. When I dare to be powerful. To lubricate my throat for this one. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. I just want you to listen, and then we're going to do an affirmation based off of this. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. One more time. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. By our mother and savior, Lordess Audrey Lord. Repeat after me. I dare to be powerful. I use my strengths in service of my vision. I dare to be powerful. I use my strengths in service of my vision. I dare to be powerful. I use my strengths in service of my vision. I dare to be powerful. I use my strengths in service of my vision. I dare to be powerful. I use my strengths in service of my vision. Edie said as it goes back to the fear card. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, deacon be deaconing out here in these streets. We are going to Nana Bulaku, Nana Bulaku, Nana Bulaku, Nana Bulaku, Nana Bulaku, Nana Bulaku. Seasons. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, darling. You are in a new season. You are a new self. It's time to act accordingly. You have to willingly let go of the old you. I know it's like a comfort blanket. It's like that old, well-loved favorite blanket. But that blanket, it's time to release it. It's time to sew that blanket, that old self, into the fabric of your reality and step into the new you. It'll always be there in some way, shape, or form. You will never lose the old you completely. That's where that fear of who will you be without the old you? Who will you be without the pain? Who will you be without the codependency? Will you be without these old things? But Nana Bulaku says, you gotta move on, honey. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, honey. And you must act accordingly. These obstacles ahead require new thinking. They require a new being. They require the new you that is here. That you are. You holding on to the old way, you holding on to the old you is tripping you up. You holding on to the old way of doing things is tripping you up. You really got to step in. You really got to be different. And I'm going to tell you, the way you smell, the way you walk, the way you talk, the energy you put out is going to be different. The essence of who you are will be recognizable always. The thread that has run through you since the moment you were born, that will always be apparent and seen to those who are really looking for who you are. But it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new you. And it ain't because it's a new year. It's because you've been fighting, you've been rebirthing, you've been clawing your way out of an old self. And you, most of us, were forced into this. You didn't choose it, it chose you. Loa, you're right on time, baby. Nana Bulaku says, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Act accordingly. Nana Bulaku says, quit doing things like the old way of you doing things that ain't no longer appropriate. It's a new season. You gotta let it go. Diane 801 said, I miss it so much. It's okay. And you know what? I want you to do a grief ceremony. I want you to do a grieving ceremony. I want you to do a letting go ceremony. I want you to do a eulogy. Whatever one of those or a combination of those feels good. Formally release your old self. Formally say goodbye. Actually, I'm going to do this because a lot of things have shifted for me. I've done this several times. It works like wonders. Give yourself a funeral, baby. Say goodbye to your old self. Because go ahead and give into the grief. But know that as you move with the grief, you can also embrace the newness. And there are new experiences to be had. There are new people to meet. There are new memories to be formed. There are new adventures to go on. And you can hold your grief as you begin this new adventure. And what you're going to find is, weeks and months from now, when you're experiencing the benefits, the highs, and even meeting the lows from a better place because you're in a new position, you won't miss your old self as much. So go on and do yourself a eulogy. Write down the things about yourself that you're saying goodbye to. Burn it, send it with the water. There's several ways to send it away. Bury it in the earth. But say goodbye and welcome in the new person. And let this new person take over because they've got the skill set to deal with the obstacles and the beauty and the benefits and the rewards that are coming. Your old self can't handle it. Let the new self take over and be. And take comfort in the fact that the old self is foundational. See, we're used to colonization. Colonization in the way that white supremacy has executed it is an annihilation of everything that has come before it. I want you to understand and know that the idea of colonization did not start with humans. It happens in nature. But when you look at the way nature colonizes itself, there is a remembrance or a building on top of what used to be. Rarely is there a complete annihilation of. And in the event that there is a complete annihilation of, that means there's also the beginning of something new, beneficial, and beautiful. Take, for example, the way volcanoes colonize a space in the ocean to create islands. Landmass is created. And then things come and develop around that landmass. And oftentimes, depending on where it's at, that ground itself is fertile. Think Hawaii. So this idea of a lot of us are we are victimized by this system. It's hard for us to let go because a lot of us frame it in the complete desolation of what used to be, when it's not. It's an absorption and a building on top of. Your old self will be absorbed. Your old self will be absorbed and built on top of the new self. Okay? It's a new dawn, it's a new day, my loves. It's time to act accordingly. You can't do business the way you used to. You can't proceed in relationships the way you used to. You're a new person. You can't approach your dreams the way you used to. You're bigger, you're better, you're more magic, and you're more capable. Act accordingly. We have Kitty. Sacred lust. Whether you be an ace, no matter how you identify, demisexual, sapiosexual, whatever, harnessing your sacred pleasure outside of sexuality and in its completion, including within sexuality if you're not an ace, is key. Conceptualizing the beauty and the medicine of your pleasure outside of sexuality so that it can be cultivated. What gives you pleasure mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically? And for some, sensually and sexually. Actually, for all sensually, and then for some sexually. There is medicine in it. There is power in it. Own it. Own it. Own it. So that you can utilize it for yourself. Right now in patriarchy, the way it is taught, the way it is fed to all of us, it benefits the toxic masculine gaze. Because the toxic masculine gaze feeds on it. But we all should. We all can. The function of pleasure is medicine, is fuel. But under the guise that we have been given it, under the societies we live under, it has been perverted and exploited and set outside of itself. This is a reclaiming of it. In all of your practices, there should be a sacred sensual component that is a part of your practice. And it should be centered around decolonizing and healing. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? Because all of us are products of SA under colonialism. I shouldn't be in America. I shouldn't have Scottish, Norwegian, and Germanic ancestry. We know why. Because of the transatlantic slave trade. It was violent. The sacred sensuality needs to be remarried. The sacred and the sensual. When Abrahamic religions were enforced throughout the world using violence, essay, and grape, read between the G, was common in regards to colonizing people, especially Christianity. Now, those of you who are of European, large European descent, y'all, get into how Christianity spread. Get into what they were doing to the magic women before they burned them. Get into the history of the magic and how it got snuffed out. And the violence. So when I say the sacred and the sensual need to be married, it is because this is all in our blood. And our practices do a lot to not only heal ourselves, but they also heal our ancestry as well. Okay? So it is a time Kitesh speaks to reclaiming the magic and the medicine and the healing that is within that for yourself. And again, this is for some of you, this is within the confines and includes sexuality. But for all of us, it includes it as it stands alone. The medicine of pleasure. And seated in a sacred space. So you're not in pursuit of it like a vice, mindlessly. But when it is in its sacred position, it is honored. It is connected to beautiful things as it should be. And it is not misused or abused or created in a perversion of itself, which is where pleasure exists a lot now. Okay? So, and I have to be way more careful with, I'm even pushing it, speaking about this as much as I am on YouTube. So this is why I cannot wait as I grow in my platform and as my website grows, we will be able to have even more candid conversations where I can really use the languaging I like to use around these subjects. But I have to be as careful as I can because this is YouTube. But I hope you get what I'm putting down. All right, good people. Let us do some affirmation. This says, I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. Repeat after me. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my... yes, we're going to be getting on Discord. Stay on me, Deja. Stay on me. I appreciate y'all so much. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. I embrace my flaws knowing that nobody is perfect. All right. This says, I love the, and then it says woman. So I want you to put whatever you identify as here. So if you identify as a man, say, I love the man that I am. If you identify as a woman, I love the woman that I am. I identify as the person, I love the person that I am. I love the fae that I am. Whatever you want to put, I want you to call it, okay? So I'm going to alternate between all of the things that I am, okay? I love the woman, so repeat after me. I love the woman that I am. I love the man that I am. I love the person that I am. I love the king that I am. I love the God that I am. I love the witch that I am. I love the healer that I am. I love the woman that I am. I love the man that I am. I love the human that I am. I love the God that I am. I love the person that I am. I love the woman that I am. I love the man that I am. I love the unicorn that I am. I love the person that I am. I love the woman that I am. I love the man that I am. I love the human that I am. I love the king that I am. I love the force that I am. I love me. I love me. Alrighty then, we have the blue Heron. We're moving on. Once again, Cash App, LadySpeech, Venmo, LadySpeech, Sankofa, PayPal, LadySpeech, Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this labor. All right, we have the blue Heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right despite of any judgment or disapproval from others. You're going to need to step out and stand on your business. Know that not everybody's going to understand and like what you know to be right. You got to do it anyway. You need to stand on what you know to be right, okay? And you need to show up for it. And this is not just on the internet. If you pro whatever, you need to show up in person for it. You need to make sure you're not just an internet warrior for these causes. Show up locally. Show up in real life. Be the person that people can count on, and know that not everybody's gonna like it. That's how you know you're doing it right. Not everybody's supposed to understand it. Not everybody's supposed to like it. But you gonna be for who you're for. You're going to have to make a stand, though. It's not enough to just be on the internet talking your mess. You need to show up. Your beliefs, your morals, your ethics, they need to show up in how you're living your life. Please believe that these incels are not just keyboard warriors. They're showing up in their misogyny, their misogynoir, their hatred in everyday life. The racists, these people who, they're showing up in their hatred in their everyday life. And they're showing up in real time, doing wild things. You need to show up in your love. You need to show up in your fierce protectiveness. If the lives of women, black people, queer people mean anything to you, you need to show up in real time. It does nothing to come in my lives, to come in my space where I make it safe and say lovely, flowerful things, and then not show up in real time for the queer people, which I'm part of that community, for the black community, which I'm part of that community, for the gender fluid community, for the woman community, which I'm a part of those communities. If you're not showing up in real life for these people, but you got a lot of great things to say here, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You gotta stand up for what you believe in. And we're at times right now where it's critical. This could mean someone else's being here today and being gone tomorrow. And even without that, stand on the business that you've declared that means something to you. Stand on it. Stand in it. And walk in it. And again, not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to understand it. But it ain't for everybody to like or understand. Stand on business. Last but not least, we have the camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you, okay? You have everything you need to get to the next step. You have everything you need to get to the next step. No, you don't have everything you need to get you from point A to point Z right now, but you have everything you need at point A to get to point B. Once you're at point B and you do everything that needs to be done at point B and it's time to move on to point C, you will have what you need to move forward. And so on and so forth till you make it to your destination, to the end of your journey. Do not let lack of resources stop you. Even if the next step is small. If the next step is, if you've got this big task before you, I want you to break it down in little bitty chunks. Because a lot of you are overthinking things. We're like, well, I don't have the money. Like, for instance, I don't have the money to go to school, but you ain't even called any schools or even got the ball rolling. The next step isn't finding $20,000 to go to school. The next step might just be making the phone call to figure out what requirements you need. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're overthinking it. Take that task and then chop it up. Quit trying to take the whole thing down your throat. And that's why you're choking. Take that task and chop it up into little pieces. And eventually some pieces will be bigger, some pieces will be smaller, but right now, just chop it up into tiny pieces and take that step by step. And lo and behold, you're going to look back and find that, like, once you just focus on it, you'll be from A to J and be like, whoa, how I got this far and I didn't even realize it because I took all these tiny bite-sized steps, okay? It reminds me of that Shel Silverstein poem where that girl eats that whale. And I think somebody asked her, like, how did you eat the whale? And she was like, piece by piece. Like, basically, she started eating the whale when she was, like, a child. And she was an old lady. And she's like, I'm finally done. I can't remember that weird-ass poem. But I remember that. I remember the illustration. I love you, Shel, you weird person. So weird. Love your books, though. But you have what you need, okay, to get to the next steps. Break it down into chunks, into places. And you're going to find like, oh, wait, okay, so yeah, I want to go back to school. No, I don't have all the money right now, but I also don't know what school I would even go to. So let me figure that out. let me, and I guess, so that's the first step. The second step is like, okay, well, let me call the school and see what the requirements are. That's the second step, okay? And by the time you get to the third step, you'll have things starting to map out. So take your time. Trust that you have the resources that you need, okay, to get to the next step. No, you don't have every resource you need to do the whole journey right now, but rarely does that happen in life. Rarely does Spirit give you a mission and say, hey, here you are at A, and here is every single thing you need. Every single thing you need to get to Z. Rarely does that happen. But Spirit is real good at being like, here, try this. And I'm going to give you the first couple steps, and you just figure that out. And then by the time we got to get to the next steps, we're going to figure it out together. Okay? And it usually happens when you stay dedicated. So, and you show up for it. All right. So you got what you need to get through this space. You got what you need. Sharp Knives Saves Lives said, I got to start where I'm at. Exactly. Exactly. Eddie said, I don't know who's coming at me harder, Cap, Deacon, or the heckin' community. Deja said, oh, that was for me, my overthinking ass. Choking and getting overwhelmed. Yes, darling. Break it down, okay? Just break it down bite size. There is never nothing wrong with that. There is never nothing wrong with that. I think about this moment when I was, the guy that I know was the active grandfather in my life, I remember when episodes of him and me and my cousin. He catered to her and I, like, because we were around all the time. But anyway, he took care of us. But I just remember, like, I was very particular about my food, and I never had no qualms of going to him and being like concierge service, being like, I was a picky eater. We didn't know I was neuro spicy by then, but I was very particular. None of my food could touch. Also, like, certain things just had to be treated before me, and I was like, nope, you need to make that plate digestible for me, and you know how I like it. And I wasn't a rude child, but he would just know, I'm not touching that food until you cut it up, until you arrange it, until you safety check it for me like I like it, till you like make it bite sized. Not doing it, not touching it. And he would here, and I'm like, thank you. Chop it up, make it adaptable and digestible for you, okay? But you have every resource you need. Do not let lack of what you ain't got stop you from beginning. Y'all better not don't you let that. Because what y'all are gonna mess around and find out and find is that if you break it up in tiny pieces, you're gonna discover the resources that you were forgetting about. You're going to discover the resources that you weren't even looking at, that were in front of you the whole time. But we were looking at it only as the broad picture instead of taking it down piece by piece. So there was things that you're of course going to miss. So no overthinking, my loves. No overthinking. No overthinking. Just reading through the comments. Monsters in Makeup said, as my grandma said, the devil works hard, so you best work harder. I heard that. Heidi K said, you need to show up. Amen. Late is better than never, too. Amen to that. All right, good people. Let's get into some affirmations. And then we're gonna call it. Deacon, you are ridiculous. What card did I just have? What card did I just pull? What did we just get done talking about? This affirmation, repeat after me. I have everything I need within myself. I feel like you're mocking us. I feel like, what are you trying to say, Deacon? Were you trying to say that we really need to learn this lesson? What you really got a lot to say. You got a real smart mouth, Deacon. You got a real, if you had thumbs and hands, I would have asked you to square up a long time ago. You just think you're cute. Repeat after me. I have everything I need inside of me. I have everything I need inside of me. I have everything I need within myself. Excuse me. I have everything I need within myself. I mean, the deacon's not wrong. The deacon's not wrong. I have everything I need within myself. 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 Natasha said, I'm convinced that the deacon and the cards are in cahoots and discuss the game plan before these lives. I'm telling you, it's uncanny. I can't even. It is for real uncanny. And in this moment, I'm going to explore, and I think one of my things that I need to start exploring more is animism. Because, like, the way I can bring some things to life, like, and I think it's so hilarious that this has a whole energy that lives in it. It has a whole energy, and this is hilarious that consistently every reading, the deacon being out of pocket. The deacon be out of pocket. The deacon be out of pocket. The deacon. I just randomly picked this one up because I had grabbed a few earlier. This one says, I get to have pleasure in my body right now. We were just talking about sacred lust, sacred pleasure. Repeat after me. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. I get to have pleasure in my body right now. Cassia said, why is the deacon coming after me when I'm just sitting here drawing innocently? For real. For real, for real, for real. All right, good people. It has been a pleasure. I love you all so dearly. Thank you so much to all my sugar and honey dumplings who've shown up. Thank you to each and every one of you who contributed via your super chats, via your super stickers. Thank you, Priestess Shakti Therapist. Jaybird said my dumbass is not realizing I can read the cards prior to a reading, so I'm not caught shuffling and fumbling like a fool. You've taught me so much. You are so welcome. I love you so, 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 so much. Thank you just to everybody for everything, for your support. So I threatened you with a good time this week. Last week, I'm going to make good on it this week. I'm actually going to sit down with my schedule right after this reading, and I'm going to come up with some dates. So that'll be in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and also make a, actually, I'm just going to decide on the first date. We're going to have several Discord dates. It is going to more than likely be on a Saturday. So it'll either be the 2nd, the 3rd, or the last, if there's, you know, if there's 4 Saturdays. One of the last Saturdays of the month. And we're going to have several dates, okay? And this is, the first one is just going to be like, let's just get to know the system together. Y'all break it down for me. Like, what are people doing on there? What is the common thing people like to do? Like, what do you do? We're just going to do some basic stuff because I just need to understand the basics. And then once I understand the basics, we're going to be cooking with gas. I'm already kind of am starting to get what that space is for and figuring out what I can use it for. But I really want to just utilize other ways to connect. And I also know that, like, that might just be a safer space for a lot of other people. I get that. And there's other parts of my personality I'm looking to explore and just share with you all. So I'm going to decide on that and get that in the chat soon, okay? I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. Lenora said, hey, Speech, woke up with a nasty headache, but caught you in the last 2 cards. I love you. Thank you for the messages. I'm so thankful you were tuning in with us and sending you all of the good energy, my love. Make sure you attend to yourself and do your healing, okay? Thank you for coming with us on this journey. Sharp Knives says, saves lives, says, as a CPTSD survivor, I gotta say, it just cycles. It gets easier, then it gets hard. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. All right, my love, I appreciate you so, so much. I'm looking to do something different this year with my channel. I'm looking to really explore different aspects of myself. I really am excited to create differently. I think, well, not even I think, I held myself to a lot of pressure before, and there's just a lot of things I've released and let go of. So I'm just super excited and kind of nervous to show up in my new authenticity, in my new incarnations and spaces. So I'm excited to share, though. It's going to be a journey. So with that being said, I love you. Y'all go attend to yourself. Self-care is key. Get some food, drink your water. And we're going to be doing this again soon. I love you deeply, and thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. One more time, that Cash App is LadySpeech. Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. PayPal, LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. And I will see you all soon. Mwah. Mwah. Peace, my loves. Peace, my loves. Peace and blessings, sugar honey. Done.